Hey guys, how's it going? I'm Mike and this is part 3 of my collection. I'll leave a link to part 1 and part 2 in the description of this video. Make sure you check them out if you haven't. And yeah, let's just get into them. So these are knives. These are knives. These are my folding knives that I have on display. I also have some fixed blades. I'm going to do a separate fixed blade video just for fixed blades. But I'm going to hold off on that. I'm waiting on a custom fixed blade to come in. So I'll wait till I get that and then I'll make that video. So these are going to be, like, I guess my more expensive knives, and then it's going to have some other knives that just look pretty and other knives that have a little bit of sentimental value or a lot of sentimental value to them. And yeah, that's, it's just kind of a mix up here of knives. I was going to spend more time with these. I think I had mentioned that before. I just spend more time talking about them more. But I've already talked about a lot of these in reviews. You've probably seen most of these on my channel quite a bit, so I don't think I need to go into too much detail with them. If I haven't done a video on them yet, I will have a video on them soon, or at some point I should say. So I'm just going to use the magic of editing to kind of cut down the time on this, because I've already filmed this I don't know how many times. I had this whole video done and filmed like a week or two ago. I don't know how much time has gone by, but at least a week ago I had this all done, and I was sitting down to edit it, and the file size was too big. I couldn't transfer it to my phone. So I'm going to try to keep this short. The ProTech Malibu. This is from the first production run. It's number 285. The HSK Machine Works Lenny's Clip. The Skaha 2. The Vero Axon in the lefty configuration. Here's skiffs on this. A little 2-for-1 action here. Both of my Adams. The top one is just a regular Adam. The bottom one is a DLC Adam. I don't know if the blade is showing up too yeah, you can kind of tell the difference now. The TRM Shadow. The Pena Lanny's Clip. The Ware Knives Lucas P. The EMP EDC Thick Boy. This is one heck of a drop shutty knife. You gotta be careful because it's gonna get you. Nice action on that. The Berg Blades Mini Slim. I'll do a little story time with this one, because why not? So I had this knife in my collection, and then I was offered a trade for a Hoback War Spear, and I wanted a Hoback for quite a while, and I didn't necessarily love the design of the War Spear. Like the blade length, like the blade to handle ratio was a little off, and it's like a spear point. I'm not a huge spear point fan, but it was pretty badass looking, but it just wasn't my favorite design overall. But anyways, there's a chance to get a Hoback, and I thought it would look really cool with this because it's the same like black blade with the kind of bronzy finish on the handle. So I got the knife in hand, and I was like, this looks a lot like the finish on this knife, and it feels a lot like this knife. I don't dare mention this in the unboxing video. But it reminded me a lot of a WE knife, because Berg blade knives are made by WE. So that's the connection there. So I was like, this feels a lot like something made by WE. And I was like, but don't say that, because there's a whole lot of people on the internet be like, what you talking about, boy? This is made in America. What are you talking about? And anyway, so yeah, just thought that was interesting. Jake Hoback hasn't disclosed who the OEM is he uses, but it does feel a lot like a Wii, to be honest. What's this one? Oh yeah, the Urban EDC Supply F5.5. One of my favorite knives. I forgot the name of it, but it's one of my favorite knives. I know it's the F5.5, but I sometimes get mixed up on the Urban EDC. I don't know why. It's fairly straightforward, but anyways, this is a really nice looking knife. It has a great action on it. Super smooth. There's no skips on this one. It's just straight up factory stock bearings, and it is super smooth. The Tuya knives, big belly. It's kind of interesting because it's a integral, so it's kind of neat. The engineering behind this is pretty cool. So it's staying in my collection because it's one heck of a nice crossbar lock knife, and it would have taken a lot of work to make this all work as well as it does. Up next we have, I was going to flick this and I'm like, it takes a little bit more effort than flicking. You have the Bear. Tactile Knife Company Bear. A lot of people say Bexar. I said Bexar. Apparently in Texas, or at least in certain areas in Texas, you don't pronounce the X. So I don't know if they call themselves Texas or T's or what, but the Bear, super thin slip joint. It's one of my favorite slip joints. Just throw it in your pocket or anything, just throw it wherever you want, preferably not at the wall, but you can throw it anywhere you want, and it's easy, lightweight, easy to carry, really nice knife to have as a backup knife or even as a primary knife, because the walk and talk on this is pretty solid. So, also from the Tactile Knife Company is the stud, the thumb stud Rockwall in MagnaCut. The action is super snappy. Ooh. Oh, little tingy, did you hear that? Off of that sheet. Listen to it sing. And then we have the Wii Mini Buster from Snex. You've seen this knife quite a bit on the channel. The only other knife besides the CRKT Fossil to actually bite me. I wasn't even cutting anything with this, and it still bit me. I just had it like I was holding it, just like, oh, that's so nice. And then I went like this. For some reason, I went like that, and the tip of the blade caught my pinky. So, anyways, really sharp, really nice looking knife. We have the Wii Malice and the Flame Titanium from Ferrum Forge. Really, really nice knife. I don't carry this one as much as I should, but that's kind of a theme that I have with my knives in my collection. I don't carry them as much as I should. And then finally we have the Arcform Catalyst. This is discontinued. I fell in love with this when I saw it on Tri-State EDC's channel. He did a great, I don't know if it was the unboxing or the review, but it doesn't matter. His videos are awesome. So I fell in love with this as soon as I saw it. And then he mentioned it was discontinued. And I was like, oh dang. So I immediately went online, found one, bought it. I got it. I continue to love it to this day. I did trade this knife though. I traded it. What did I trade it for? Oh yeah. Anyway, I traded it, and then I thought about it quite often, and I missed it, and then so I traded something else and got it back from the guy. So yeah, it's back in my collection to stay this time. I'm not letting this go. But with that, pretty much halfway through the knives now. So anyways, thanks for watching. You can look forward to part 4 coming out, and hopefully that's the last one. We'll see. So other than my fixed blade video, but thanks for watching. Take care.